Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we are here for our monthly Angelscope for the sign of Taurus for September 2021. So, before we begin, welcome, and especially to anyone who is new to the Angel School community, I welcome you as well. So just want to highlight a few things about the channel before we begin. But if you haven't watched the monthly angel reading, I'd ask you probably to pause this video, go watch that one, and then come back to this one, okay? So that you'll have that information to put with your personal sign, the reading for your sign, okay? And then, this is the first one that I've done. Also, I'm continuing my special offer for my half-hour reading of $77. It will be extended for 1 full hour. I've been doing this since the pandemic began. You can go to my webpage, theangelschool.com/services. There's a link below this video. And you would select when you get to that page the half-hour reading as is, and within 24 hours on the first business day, I will send you a confirmation email noting that special offer, and there will be instructions to set up your appointment with me. So all you have to do is just follow what's there, and it will all work pretty easy, okay? And lastly, I just want to go over the format here, especially because there may be someone new, but many of you already know. So the card on the left will be a message from the Archangel that you'll be working with for your sign, Taurus, for this month, as well as it will highlight the Major Arcana, which is all about what are the major lessons, themes, influences, and energies happening for you that are going to be the big focus. And the card on the right is a message from your guardian angel. It's also revealing to us how this will play out in your daily events, the daily events of your life, how you can work with that, the energies of the month, the influences. So it's giving you a divine prescription or advice about how to work with that. All right, so let's go ahead and take a deep breath. And now just focus again on your heart center. And as you do, if there are any relationships that create vulnerability or concern, as you do this, breathe into your heart space this time and call upon the angels of peace and the unicorns. So we're going to ask that your unicorn touch your heart chakra. And the unicorn is going to infuse all the 33 chambers of your heart chakra, which has to do with all the different lessons of the heart, to help you to heal and purge and clear anything. And you might see your unicorn in front of you moving closer to you now and pointing its horn of light, this pure high frequency of source love, cosmic love into your heart chakra. And then you can pray for the angels of peace to go to anyone or any situation that you have concerns or fears about. And know and trust that the angels of peace will fulfill your request so that you can let go here and surrender your worries and open your heart up to divine love. A unicorn is standing right there, and he's turning away and asking you to follow him. And I feel like he's just looking down a long road and wanting you to turn your sights onto your path now. Because now your heart has been attuned to the frequency of your purpose. And you wrote like a starburst. I don't know what that means, but it's sort of like, it feels as though you have this burst of energy, like a star guiding you. So pay attention to like really high ideals that you become passionate about suddenly. And it's like a starburst, and it just blazes in a particular direction, and just you get caught up in the tail of that burst of energy, and just follow it and trust it. All right, so let's take a look at the archangel that you'll be working with this month and the message. So this is the judgment card traditionally, and it's a card here is titled Renewal. It's the Archangel Jeremiah. And this is a card of forgiveness in many respects. It's a card for new beginnings, and it's an opportunity to forgive, to put the past behind you, but the forgiveness, as you know, it's for you. You don't have to forgive the other person or forget what the other person did, but you forgive them so that you can move forward. You let it go. And the angels are calling you, Archangel Jeremiah is calling you to really look at the situation from a panoramic view through everyone's lens involved. Remember, there's a story there. There's a story there. And the only story that you know right now is the story of your own understanding about how what you think has transpired. And that's how you really can actually reach a place of forgiveness, which is just the ability to surrender and embrace your purpose, your path. Because when we don't forgive, we are stuck in a karmic relationship with that person, and that begins to fester and express itself through both of you in different ways. But the only thing that you need to be aware of and care about is how it's expressing itself through you, and what you are not able to do or to express or because of it. And I'm talking about the level of creativity and light that you're capable of. And so the angels want to help you to massage this away. They're writing the word massage. And there are multiple factors, they're writing, that you're not aware of. They're not your responsibility by any means. But if you understood that there's a story there, then you would have a different kind of respect for the condition, the behavior that you're seeing. You're not condoning it, but you have a different respect for that person, because the theme seems to be the word respect. They keep showing it to me. And this is the kind of respect that we must give to each other in order to be able to do this for ourselves more readily when we need to heal, when we need to atone, when we need to purge, cleanse, and move forward. We need to, usually we see people rising from graves. And that's what it's like. You're really dead until you are really alive. You when you're stuck in guilt, resentment, hatred, when you're stuck in this, you're dead, because you're cut off from the flow, the channel of source light. And when you give it up, it's like somebody resuscitated. You can breathe freely, and you deserve no less than that at any time. So yes, this is about respect for the light of God that you are, and all the hope that they're writing that you can bring to this world by shining your light. And that's why right now we're feeling that there's not a lot of light shining throughout the world, because everybody's so full of hatred and intolerance that we can't breathe. The oxygen doesn't seem as clear and fulfilling. Our breaths are not as deep because we're not relaxed and our muscles are tense. And so all of this is a consequence on each of us, and you don't deserve it. And so to let it go, to forgive, to see, the story about what's going on. I was asked a question recently on a job interview, teaching interview, and how would I classify, the student's behavior? And my new answer, maybe when I was 10 years ago, I would have said, well, this is that and this is that. But what my answer is, well, instead of labeling their behavior, I would want to see what their story is, because it's not so much about them having that this child is this kind of behavior problem. It's that this child has a story that hasn't been heard yet. And if we could see everyone this way, love would be easier, peace would be easier for us to maintain that frequency. All right. So we're getting a lot of the sword cards today. So again, this is, if you've watched the monthly video, we're talking about the number 9, the Hermit, and then the 5, and the Hierophant for the year card. And now we have a 9 here. And this is a card of, worries. This is a card too of also dreams, maybe having a dream that just is sobering, and you might feel like when you get the information that you it's going to be sobering. And right now you might be experiencing a lot of anxiety and fear and, imagining all kinds of ghosts and apparitions. And when you're in that kind of state, it's better to get the truth. It's better the sword suit. One of the things about the sword is about communicating the truth and really getting to the truth. That's what the court cards are trying to do. That the court of swords is all about finding the truth. And so it feels like for you, Taurus, you need to get to the truth. And they wrote the word power as I said that. In order to reclaim your power. And that's what's been taken from you when you have resentments and you hold issue with others. You're giving away your power, because the reason you're holding on to that anger, that frustration, that resentment is because you feel like they did something to you, which means that they had power over you. And to believe that means that you function in a deficit and that you maintain that deficit. It's like somebody taking your money. If you have an inheritance or you got a bank account of $1 billion, when you hold resentments, you end up with a few thousand or less. You're walking around with such a deficit of what you actually own spiritually. Okay? All right, so I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and have a beautiful month of September.